Whenever a block from the main memory has to be brought into the cache, there should be some mapping function which will help decide where that main memory block has to be placed in the cache. One of the mapping functions is the direct mapping. Here, the block J of the main memory will be mapped to block J modulo number of blocks in cache. So it will be mapped to this block of the cache. So suppose there are 128 blocks in cache. So if we are saying or we want to get a main memory block 0 into the cache, so 0 modulo 128, which gives you block 0. So this main memory block 0 will be loaded into cache block 0. Similarly, if there is an address which the processor wants to access and that address is in block 128 of the main memory, then 128 modulo 128 would again be 0. So this block will also be placed in cache block 0. 256 modulo 128, again cache block 0. Main memory block 1 modulo 128, that will be cache block 1. So you can see that contention may arise for a cache block even when the cache is not full. So presently, if for example cache main memory block 128 is present in cache block 0. So, and now the processor wants to access an address which is in main memory block 256, and 256 will also map to cache block 0. So in that case, this block 128, which was originally there in the cache block 0, will have to be replaced. So even when the cache is not full, though the other blocks might be empty, but because of direct mapping, there is a specific mapping of the main memory block to a particular cache block only. So assume that we have a cache with 128 blocks of 16 words each. That means the capacity of the cache is 128 into 16 words. This is the capacity of the cache. This is the cache over here, and here is the main memory, the RAM. And we have a main memory. This is an example that we are discussing. We have a main memory which is addressable by a 16-bit address, and it is word addressable. That means the number of words that are there in the main memory are 2 to the power of 16. Okay. So this is the main memory block. If the blocks are of 16 words each, then how many blocks will be there in the main memory? So we know that there are a total of 2 to the power of 16 addresses. So 2 to the power of 16 divided by 2 to the power of 4, which is 16. This gives us 2 to the power of 12. That means there will be 2 to the power of 12 blocks in the RAM. 2 to the power of 12 is 4096. So here is block 0 and here is block 4095, and each block, the size of each block would be the same as the size of the cache block. So if the cache block is of size 16 words, then the main memory block is also of size 16 words. So if a 16-bit address is sent out by the processor, so the processor is sending out a 16-bit address because the main memory is addressable by a 16-bit address. How will this address be interpreted? So each block contains 16 words. Each block contains 16 words. That means any word within this block can be referred to by 4 bits. So 4 bits, the low order 4 bits will be required to access any particular word within this block. So one of any block that we are referring to, within that block, which word is required, that will be referred to by the low order 4 bits of this address. Since there are 128 blocks in the cache, that means 7 bits are required to know which cache block this address would be available in. So 7 bits of the main memory address would help figure out the cache block. The remaining 5 bits, so this main memory address was of 16 bits. 4 bits have been used to refer to the word within the block, 7 bits to specify which cache block has the main memory block mapped to, and the remaining 5 bits will be stored as tag bits. So suppose the processor sends out an address which for a main memory address which is in block 4. So then this complete data, this complete block will be brought into the cache specified by block number modulo number of blocks in the cache, which is 128 currently. So 4 modulo 128 will be brought into block 4 of the cache. This whole data will be transferred to block 4. This whole data will be transferred over here. Only the 5 high order bits of the main memory address will be stored as tag bits. Why are these tag bits required? Let us take an example where block 1 has been brought into block 1 of the cache. So if we talk about the address of block 1, it is a 16-bit address. So let us consider, say, memory address 18. So memory address 18 will be in block 1 because each block is consisting of 16 words. So this block 1 modulo 128 will map to cache block 1. And this block will be transferred to block 1 of the cache. Similarly, if we have block 129 over here, block 129 of the main memory, this will also map to block 1 of the cache. When the processor sends out an address, how does it know whether in this block 1 of main memory is present or block 129 of main memory is present? This can be determined by checking the tag bits, because the tag bits of the addresses in block 1 addresses would be different from the tag bits of addresses in block 129. So just by checking the tag bits, the processor would be able to know whether block 1 of main memory block is present in the cache or whether block 129 is present in the cache. Let us take an example of memory address 26. If this is memory address 26, first we have to find out which main memory block will it be present in. So if you can see, this is 0 to 15. We are considering the same example where each block is consisting of 16 words only. So 0 to 15 addresses will be present in block 0. 16 to 31 will be present in block 1. That means memory address 26 will be present in block 1. And another way of doing it is 26 divided by 16, which is 1. So this also shows that this would be present in block 1. So the main memory address is present in block 1 of the main memory. So which cache block will it map to? So main memory block 1 modulo number of blocks in the cache, which is 128. That means this is going to map to cache block 1. So this block will be brought here. How can we figure this out from the bits? Let us check. So the processor is sending out a 16-bit address. How will this 16-bit address be specified for memory address 26? This is memory address 26. As we have seen in the previous slide, 4 bits will be needed to specify the word within a block. 7 bits are needed to specify which block will it be mapped to, and the remaining bits will be stored as tag. So if you can see over here, the 7 bits that are specifying the block, they clearly tell you that this address will be available in block 1 of the cache. If you refer to this, this is giving you a value of 1. So this shows that if direct mapping is being used, 26 is available in block 1 of the cache. Within that block, this is the 10th word. As you can see, if the base is at 16, 26 will be the 10th word from there. So within that block, memory address 26 is the 10th word. So this whole block, the data which is contained in this whole block, will be transferred to block 1 of the cache. So all the data will come over here. Only the tag bits will be stored over here as 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. The remaining 5 bits, the high order 5 bits of the address. When the processor next time it issues an address 28, so 28 would be whatever is the binary for 28. The high order bits will still be this. 28 would also map to block 1. So the processor will simply check the tag bits and it will figure out that this is already available in the cache, and so it will be a hit. So this is how direct mapping works.